I wonder what would you do if you were to lose your job in the next few minutes? Do you know how many people lose their job every minute? What they go through? Because they have been in that mentality that if they don't have a job for somebody else on that 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, when they were reduced to 20 hours a week, getting half the check of what once upon a time they used to get. Now they get zero. That's the mentality, and that is what the system has been training us to tolerate, to depend on that little chunk of money to survive. And now you have lost the job and you cannot see straight, trying to figure out why. Why did you lose the job? Better yet, ask yourself, why did you submit yourself to becoming the slave for somebody else? For every dollar that you made, somebody else was making $10. And they have hundreds of them working like that, getting paid around $10 an hour. You never felt happy, you never felt safe with that check. Now that you have lost your job, what are you going to do? Submerge yourself in pity or fight and put up the fight that you should have always done? Save yourself from continuing to be that slave, one more slave in the world. As one of my teachers was talking the other day about, there are two kinds of people in the world. One that will win and knows that they are winners simply because they're going to take a group of people and kill themselves for them and produce for them and do the job for them. So which one are you in? Are you the one that's going to end up dying to keep producing money and get somebody else richer? And you barely can breathe in between your schedule and coming home to your family. That's if you even have a family still. Because in the process of just making so little money, you still might have even lost your family. There is no sorrow for anybody or any pity that anybody should have for you because there are so many. There's 94% of humanity in that position, in the position of being the slave, of being the workaholic. And some of you have two, three jobs. The purpose of being is making the being, your human being, happy. And think about it. Does that job make you happy? Does that job allow you to keep moving forward in life, waking up every morning and hoping that this would be another beautiful, happy day? And that human being has not learned yet how to be honest with self, be loyal to self, and more than anything, love self the right way because nobody taught you. And this may not be your case, but there are some that do have this issue. They're in the process of learning it. But they have to let go everything that is does not do you any justice. Now the question is, are you willing to let go? Because ego tells you, oh, you gotta feel afraid because now you no longer have a job. How are you gonna survive? How are you gonna make it? You have been so used to being that slave for somebody else that you can no longer see outside of the box. Oh, excuse me. You never saw outside of the box because that's why and how you got yourself into that schedule, into that job, into that slave mind, just barely getting enough to survive. And now that you have lost that job, what is the next step? Do you know that you have someone that you can ask for help and say, I give up everything. I am willing to learn. Show me the path. Show me my true path. Show me the reason why do I exist. I am willing to learn and let go everything because this is an illusion where you are taught and dragged by your ego and think that poor you. Now you are so afraid of losing the tiny little thing that was holding on to your survival mode. You can survive a few days with a little bit of food. Submit yourself into your being. Go inside of you. If you are listening to me right now, close your eyes. Go into a space where you can focus on only listening to yourself in prayer, not the rosary, not the traditional prayers that we have been taught a long time ago that we should repeat them so many times. No, just open your heart and allow the words and ask for help. They can hear you very well. They know that it is time for you to take a leap of faith, that the person that you are meant to be is ready. You may not know that. Just take the leap of faith and trust. Trust that there is something so much greater waiting for you. You can teach a man to fish, but if you give men the fish, they can only eat for one day. So go ahead and catch some fish. All the fish that you ever want, you gotta find it yourself. You gotta save yourself. You gotta feed yourself. How are you gonna be able to eat What have you been nurturing your mind with lately? Are you willing to let go everything and start from the very beginning, where you were supposed to have started a long time ago? Loving yourself. Breathe in through your nose. Relax your breathing. Don't stress over nothing. Just focus on your breathing. Dig 60I. Great. Welcome. Hi, vaccinated anti boxer. Sometimes some of us may feel that we have a lot of money, but who do you share that money with? Or you have a lot of health and you have money and you are lonely. The truth is that we are not meant to have everything right here on the 3D, because if we had it, we would not be in the 3D. We would be on the other side of the eye of the needle. We are just waking up to the truth. You may not like that truth, and that's why I have made the choice to share this channel and build this channel with you, because everything can happen, and it does not happen with one person alone. I have a dream, and my dream is a dream for all of us to wake up together, to let go what it does us no good, what it does not serve us anymore. Have you ever noticed that the person that you met last could have been a person that could have become your best friend? But sometimes we think that the best friend, a good friend, has to have equal or more than us and be rich. May I say that you are so rich, you are so powerful, and yet you have submitted yourself to live like a poor man, like a poor woman. And you may even look at yourself ugly because you only go by what you have been taught up until now. Has anybody ever told you what a beautiful creation you are? These beautiful animals that you see over here, they're not asking anybody for nothing. They're just laying around. They bathe when they want to. They make the sounds and noises and they play around whenever they want to. What makes you think that you're even seeing this? It's all an illusion. We are in that time capsule where the information is being fed up to us. They're feeding us. They're experimenting with us just to test and see where are you gonna go. Are you gonna go and worry? You're gonna go into your ego, allow fear to dominate you and control you? Or are you gonna take a chance and believe that there is so much more somewhere? Because you know you feel it inside of you. The live videos that I do at nighttime, I have taken the decision to share with you 3 values at a time. And some of you are so smart. I have some subscribers that are so smart and so sharp. They stay there. Somewhere in there, there is a heart that beats. And your mission is to open your heart and choose you. And until you choose you and you become aware that loyalty and honesty and respect and love should be towards yourself. Not until that happens, you cannot do that for anybody else. Do you have money? Good for you. But do you have all those values towards yourself? Who are around you? Have you taught them that word that's called boundaries? They can be your friends, they can be around you, but your job is not to save them. Because of friendship, the real meaning of friendship is the exchange of a service, of something to be gained by somebody, from one person to the other and from the other to the other. So, what is that exchange that you can do if you were to have money? How can somebody be your friend? How can somebody associate to you and become an ally to you if you have the money? If you don't have the money, how can you assist that person? Probably learning together, serving together, setting up a mission, and not being a snob and not thinking that because you have money, you got everything. Because at one moment you can end up going sick and you will no longer have the health. Can all the money in the world buy you that health? You know which ones of these animals are the richest ones, the most beautiful ones? Which one of you is the most beautiful one, the richest one? The one that holds the more values for self. That is the one that's the most beautiful one. The one that knows that if you have opened your heart to love yourself. And then now, because you hold so much love in your heart, now you're able to share that love with somebody else, with those values that we have been learning together for the last 3 days. Where is life leading us to? Who can we blame for what we are going through? The circumstances that we are living, who can be the scapegoat and say so and so is responsible because the economy, because politics, because religion? No, there is no because. That disease does not exist. It's you. So wake up. As some say, wake up and smell the flowers. I would say, wake up and open your heart and choose. Choose you. Save your behind, your behind, your bottom. This video is only for entertainment purposes. I should say that. And maybe because of those words, I could end up being, but I would have to open another channel because we are building a community where we are waking up. You see how beautiful these animals are? You are a beautiful being. Do you think these animals trust? They don't judge. They are just receptors of whatever circumstances, wherever they're put. They just go with the flow. And we ourselves, we tend to say we gotta be cautious and protect. Protect what? Have you ever thought whenever, or if you still do have that job 9 to 5, what kind of attitude have you assumed on protecting somebody else's business? I have seen many times where people have done things, I can't even call them a name. I can just say of low vibration values. They have exhibited such attitude towards other people. An instant moment of judgment made them react in such way that it could cause somebody a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. In this illusion that we are in, we have taken steps to protect something for somebody else, and you have allowed yourself to not protect you, because when you carry those values with you, you will not give yourself the opportunity to mistreat somebody, to deny anybody a smile and a courteous service, even if it is with just a look on your face. Let's say they didn't buy anything, they didn't come for you to serve them, they were just walking by. I can say to you, one time I asked for a cup with water, and the water cost you so much. Okay? But it was not the cost of the water, it was the attitude with which that person responded. And I was, oh, no, I cannot consume that water. I cannot get that water from those hands, because it's from that abundant heart that that person reacted into giving me something that I asked for. I would not want that person's energy and what I wanted to have that day. I drink a lot of water. Water is good for you. But you can drink all the healthy water in the world and eat all the healthy food in the world. And it's only nurturing your body. But if in your mind you are not nurturing yourself, the ideas, then when it comes time to act on them, your actions are opposite to from what you truly are, that beautiful creation of love, then what are you nurturing your heart? You are failing only yourself. So you see, which one are we pursuing to be? The winner that forces others to be the slave and end up dying for us? Or we become the slave for others and we die to make somebody else rich in the process of not even discovering how valuable you are, how amazing you are? What would happen if you were to measure energy? You would have like a thermometer that would instantly read every person around you. Do you think animals don't have that instantly in them? I walk in between them, they don't do nothing. They just stay there. They have a sensor. Animals have made a contract with us while we are in this illusion to assist us so we may graduate and save ourselves. Because they are free. Yet we kill many of them and we eat them. Smell your breath. Do you eat meat? Do you know that one of the reasons why our breath is so bad is because we eat meat? And we have become so used to, oh, I need protein. I gotta have protein from a cow, from a pig, from chicken. Have you ever had one of them big trucks in front of you going with thousands and thousands of chickens all caged in there? Have you ever taken the time to see how they are slaughtered? How slaughterhouses do take the life away from that animal? And I have not said anything about going against any organization or group that may do so. But I can say what that bleeding piece of meat does to you. In the process of you thinking that you are so strong and you have to carry all this weight for somebody in that slave job that you have. Construction is one of them. How many pounds can you carry up on that roof, on that wall, up the stairs? You were not created to be a slave. Yet you avoid at all costs to try and have to read something, 5 minutes of reading something that will educate you, that will reveal you how amazing you are supposed to be. And embrace fear and embrace your ego, where you are the one in control because you know how you want to shine or how dull your light can be. How do you want your spirit to glow in the dark when you choose to not share with yourself, not even 5 minutes a day? Self needs self awareness. Self has to nurture self. And how is self gonna be nurtured? if you keep avoiding the effort to invest in you. Something as simple, taking a shower in the morning before you go to work or at nighttime, whenever that might be. Everybody does it at their own time. However, many times they want to do it. What is the feeling that you get whenever you're in that shower? Just go in there real quick, and soap, scrub, and walk out. Do you take the time to allow that water run through your body and in the process cleanse your mind and say thank you for this water is cleaning my body, but I choose to clean my mind, my spirit, my essence from that it does me no good, from the thoughts, the negative thoughts. I'm rushing out the door to go out there and see what else, what is it that you can do? What can you beat out of somebody? What can you take away from somebody? Because at the end, you're only taking it from yourself. You are, if you collaborate, or how much you take away. If you lie, if you steal, if you deny, if you are untruthful, if you are honest, if you are loyal, all that you're only doing it to yourself. If you bury yourself into those different elements and substances that allows your mind to just forget about everything for one night, for one whole weekend, and then maybe the next weekend you get to invited to a party and you just go for it. Hey, it's free. It's party time. Wow. How awesome is that? I got invited to another party. And you can't say no to that one drink. And at the end of the night, how are you going to end up walking away from there? You're going to end up walking out of there in 2, or you're going to end up walking out of there in 4. Because there is one funny joke that they say that a drunk never forgets his way home. And I can say something that it's not funny. I can say that you don't realize how many brain neurons, brain cells, how much storage you are eliminating out of your mind. And slowly, slowly, little bit at a time, as time goes by, you will find out that you are no longer capable of doing certain things because you started destroying yourself with those influences. And somebody, or should I say, many other entities were feeding on you. They used you like a yo yo. Up and down the road you go. Wherever you went, they were able to go into you, and you became the funniest person on earth. You would get up and dance and talk and be the shiny star for that entity because you had no control of yourself while you had that substance in you. And time again, I will be getting close to closing this chat by revealing to you that the only people that are going to end up being able to make it through the eye of the needle and the survival community that's going to be able to enjoy everything that is waiting and ready for us is the pure humans. When you purify yourself, your thoughts, you clean up your essence, and you begin to clean up your body. It's a process. It will take that process for you to reveal and say, I made it. The choice is all yours. You have the freedom to choose you or not to choose you. And by not choosing you, you can continue as you have been up until now. If you're lonely, you're going to continue being, and that's under those circumstances. Whatever you think you have, that's exactly what you're going to have. And maybe a little less. Because the true richness that you are to own and protect and save is worth liquid gold. Some call it ether. And that ether is the union of the spirit, your essence with the air, with the water, with earth, with the fire. All those together, that is you. So let go that job, let go that mentality of slave mentality, of that little bit. And yes, you can speak up and say how much a town needs to be changed, but it begins with you, one person at the time. You changing you, for your being, for your essence is you in your pure form. Okay, D60I. It has been an honor to share with you, vaccinated anti-vaxxer. I'm glad it got you the financial freedom. I have the freedom to feel as the richest woman as I have. And I am building this community with all of you. Matthews Frey 22. This video has been made for your entertainment only. I gotta say that. When you subscribe to this channel, remember, it's not my channel, it is our channel, where I have made the choice to begin building a community that is becoming aware of what we are doing to ourselves, of who we are, and that our potential is only limited by your decisions, by the action that you may take on your ideas. Respect yourself or not, that is your choice. I will see you sometime tonight. I will be cutting off this video because I will choose to make it in Spanish now. And you know, memory usually betrays you. Everything exactly as I have said it in this video, it will come out different in Spanish. Each culture holds such value. So we think. So we have been made believe. Japanese, Chinese, Dutch, German, Spanish, English, we are all exactly the same. It's just in a different vibration, a different frequency. that reveals our path they cross. Or the truth of the matter is that when everything began, there was no such thing as different countries. It was one whole piece of land with people, for people. And somewhere along the line, somebody thought about beginning the process of division. And that division is because of habits and skills and values. But no, that's not it. Those have been just influences, a system that was developed. Would you believe me if I was to say that a farmer began the system of education? Educate them so they will be a good slave. Let them know just enough to be a good slave, to become a good slave, and they can keep a job. Well, guess what? Whether you believe it or not, search the truth. Also search the truth that who's going to be the one being able to make it through the eye of the needle. The one child, adult that acts and looks like a child because of all his actions, where he does not judge, lives free, chooses to love with an open heart, with such humbleness, reacts to everything, is the one to make it across the eye, through the eye of a needle, to the other side. And all the money, all your material things, they are tools, just another tool. And yes, enjoy it. I was thinking about a cause, an activity that I want to plan for, having an event for Valentine's Day that will reveal those people if they can choose to be part of this community and learn, then they can have something, something that they always pursue, something material that was purchased with some money. And then the collaborators of this community can choose to assist and help build this community in the best way we can build it. Because, like I said before, can you give somebody the fish? They will eat only for a day. But when you teach them how to fish, they can eat for the rest of their days. So there it is. It has been an honor. We'll see you later. Bye.